sexuality. My friends at Bellessa and I are sending out free vibes or gift cards for vibes to everyone who signs up for my giveaway in the description box. And if that alone won't convince you enough to enter, let me show you some of my favorite vibrators from Bellessa. My longtime favorite is the Air Vibe. I love the Air Vibe because it provides dual stimulation and is completely waterproof. And since it comes with a charging, portable, discreet carrying case, it is so easy to take on the go and travel with. And my new favorite is the Demi Wand. This little bad boy is perfect for people with any body type. So no matter what you got going on downstairs, the Demi Vibe can help you bring some pleasure into your life. The Demi Wand is also waterproof and comes with a charging case, but my favorite thing about it is how whisper quiet it is. Very discreet. So yes, visit the link in my description box and enter the giveaway. Everyone wins something. And again, I want to thank Bellessa for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get started into the ramble. So, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. I am gonna reapply my lip oil, if that's okay. This is the NYX fat oil. In the shade That's Chic. That's chic. That's chic. That's chic. I love this color for like the winter. But yeah, so the first thing I want to talk about, sorry for the train. I live right next to one of the train stations, but thankfully it's the like front runner, so it's not like a cargo train. It's like a quick little speedy transportation train. But that means you hear that like background noise every like 5 minutes on the dot. But anyway, the first thing I want to talk about today is a huge Patreon announcement update. So, if you are unfamiliar, I do have a Patreon. I try to mention it pretty frequently. But yeah, I've been doing it consistently since 2020, I want to say, is when I like really got back into doing it. Maybe 2021. And it's always just been $3 for 3 exclusive ASMR videos a month. But going into 2024, I have some exciting announcements and changes. So, over the past few weeks, I've kind of already started implementing these changes. So, if you're like currently subscribed to my Patreon, this is probably old news. But if you're unaware, I am now going to have two tiers. 2 different tiers, whereas previously I only had one. So the first tier is the tier I've always had. The $3 January 2024, we will be reading Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Again, this was decided by the patrons, so I'm so excited. This is a YA fantasy romance. I'll read the synopsis. The elites have possessed powers for decades, gifted to them by the plague, while those born ordinary are just that, banished from the kingdom of Ilia and shunned from society. No one knows this better than Peyton Gray, an ordinary posing as a psychic to blend in with the elites. But when she unwittingly saves one of Ilia's princes, Kai Aster, she's thrown into the purging trials, a brutal competition showcasing the elite's powers. If the trials and the opponents within them do not kill her, the prince she's fighting feelings for will, if he discovers what Peyton is, completely ordinary. So, yeah, it's kind of like Hunger Games style, where you have the trials, like fight to the death, but everyone has magic abilities and she doesn't. So I've heard it has an amazing enemies to lovers romance. So I am super excited to start it in January. So if you want to read it with us and see my review, my reading vlog, my ASMR video on it, make sure you join the Patreon, linked in the description box. Okay, so yeah, that's all the Patreon updates. And I do just want to quickly thank anyone who has joined the Patreon this year. I went from I think we literally tripled the amount of patrons, and I've really been putting my heart and soul into my content here and over there, and I'm really thankful. So shout out to the Patreon family, we love y'all. Okay, and also if you can't afford to join the Patreon and you just want to stick around for the free YouTube content, hey, that's totally cool. YouTube is my favorite and always will be. Okay, so kind of jumping into which is my favorite, so I ordered a few things from them, including this sweatshirt that I'm wearing today. I haven't done like soft spoken in a while. Should we do a little soft spoken moment? Why do I feel like I'm okay. Let's take a deep breath. Okay, ready? In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay. Maybe now I can do the soft spoken a little bit better. So this is the sweatshirt that I got. It's embroidered and it says Knott's Harbor, Maine. And so like I feel like if you saw me wearing this like out on the street, out about, you would probably just be like, oh, like she went to Maine. She went on a little vacation. I've never been to Maine. Would love to go. But if you look a little closer, down here it says, you are in all of my happiest places. So it's actually a Happy Place by Emily Henry reference, because this is where the book takes place, Knott's Harbor, Maine. And I'm just obsessed with it. I'm obsessed. The actual like crew neck itself is kind of like a vintage wash, which I feel like you can't really tell on camera, but either way, it is so cute. So let me put back in my earbuds so I can hear what the hell I'm doing. But yeah, check out House of Jupiter. Not sponsored, wish I was. I mean, this is sponsored, but not by them. But yeah, speaking of merch, I guess that's the last thing that we can kind of talk about. I am currently in the design / production phase of new merch. Whoa. So yeah, back in like 2021, 2022, I had HaleyJean.com, where I had the cherry merch and everything, and it was a moment, and I loved it. It was so fun. But the company that I partnered with to like make the merch, they had a bunch of different changes, and it just wasn't gonna work out anymore. And I kind of wanted to like do something different, so I've been thinking for like the past few months about like what I want to do, what kind of merch I want to come out with. And my younger sibling Gio gave me a brilliant idea, and so I started designing, and I've designed the merch, and now I'm like trying to create the website and decide how I want to do it and take pictures and like everything. But this new merch, it's gonna